Peace, everyone, and welcome back to JRS Inspires. Jonathan here, and spending some time out here in nature. Let me see if I can get this guy before he runs away. Little bunny right back there, hanging out. Well, I love coming out here. I feel like I have to say that. Obviously, in a lot of my videos, you guys see me out here walking around. I grew up in the city, and this is real close to actually where I live. And when I found it, number one, I was pretty surprised that there was something like this that close to me. And number two, I was surprised to see how much better it made me feel and how much better I functioned in the city, right? With that faster pace, just that energy that you get from the city, with just being able to create time and spend time with myself and out here in nature. I feel like at times we just really undervalue that stuff, and it's really important that that we put things into perspective and we attach the appropriate value to things that we are doing with our time here during this life, right? And that has a lot to do with what I want to talk to you about today. There is a dare I say, an overuse of the phrase, I'm out here living my best life. I'm not mad that it's overused. I actually think it's an awesome thing, because I think it's important that we take those words and we allow them the potential, the opportunity to manifest into our life, right? And to put us into that path, that thought process of living the life that we actually want. Now, where things kind of get a little tricky is that when we go to define how we are going to accomplish that, for some of us, we're able to maybe put together a couple reasons and kind of put it out there. And for others, when we think about it, we might get a little uneasy in our seat and think that, man, maybe I don't really know how to go about it, and nothing to get discouraged about. But wherever you're at, in that spectrum, whether you have an answer or not, what it really comes down to, again, you can come up with a wide variety of answers or reasons on how you're going to live your best life, but they all funnel down into a very narrow and common pool of things that we are trying to experience in life. So things like feeling satisfied, which could be like worthy or capable, feeling confident, feeling successful, feeling happy, right? That's a huge one. I want to be happy, right? And there's a lot of things that happen along the path of obtaining that more narrow pool that we may go on a little bit of a deterred path that doesn't really take us to what it is that we want to experience. And that happens a lot of times when we overvalue external factors. So when you see us going and buying expensive cars or expensive houses, or partaking in things that we don't truly enjoy, but we feel like we have to or we should because that's what everybody else is doing, or it's popular to do, or it's the it thing, right? It takes us down this path that we feel like we're doing the right thing. We feel like we're living our best life, but in reality, it does nothing for us internally, right? All external. And so when it comes to doing things internal, we have to understand that things like worthiness, confidence, success, satisfaction, all of those things come from inside. I cannot go to the corner store and buy a jar of confidence, check out, pay $5, and there you go, I have confidence now. You see, it's right here in this jar. It just doesn't happen like that. So what we have to do is take the responsibility, right? The accountability that these things are all really determined by us and our ability, wait for it, our ability to experience those things. Because just like I said, we can't go to the store and buy it and have it and hoard it and keep it forever. These are things that we experience. So you experience happiness, you experience joy, you experience success. Think about a time, I'll use myself for an example. I bought a brand new truck. It was so nice. I couldn't believe that I got myself into a position, or I put myself in a position that I could get a vehicle like that, right? And I felt so successful. And then about 4 years later, they came out with a new body style or new motor, whatever it was, and I was looking at the thing that I once like cherished and thought like, oh man, this is the thing that makes me successful, that resembles or that displays my level of success. But yet then 4 years later, there it went, right? And then I still had the debt to pay on the truck, you know, a balance or whatever. So now this thing that I thought was going to take me off into the sunset and live happily ever after became nothing but kind of like a burden, because the happiness and that joy for the vehicle kind of, you know, dissipated. But then I was left with a residual with the payment, right? So there's two things that happen a lot of times when we are trying to experience and live our best life that really create a lot of hindrances. Number one is what I was just explaining, is, you know, overvaluing the external factors of life. And the second thing is impatience. We get so impatient on trying to enjoy life, or I just want it now. I want to experience happiness now. I want to, you know, meet a significant other, a spouse. I want to be rich. I want to be famous. Whatever it is, we get very, very impatient. And we also get very fixated on our vision and think that that's the way it has to happen. That's the only way that I'm going to be happy. And we get so rigid that we don't allow for any flexibility in life, right? And if you're not flexible in life, again, you're getting yourself into that mindset where you only have this one way of doing it, and it's going to, you know, create a uneasy or an unhappy life, because you're not allowing yourself today, this moment, to experience that happiness, that joy, that success, whatever it is, right? And that's where we have to really flip everything on its head and realize life isn't a movie. It's not, you know, in the beginning of the movie, you're broke and lonely, and at the 2 hours later, you're rich, successful, you have a family, you have everything you ever wanted, you know, just in 2 hours. It just doesn't happen like that. So we really need to work on enjoying the little things, and realizing that in those little things you can experience all of the things that you truly want in life in that moment. But you have to let go of the past. You have to forget about the future and just enjoy that present moment. You have times in your day where you can reflect on what it is that you want to project and do in the future. You also have times that when you go to do stuff, your past will come to haunt you, or to remind you on, you know, don't put your hand on the hot stove. But you have those opportunities to see them, observe them, realize that they are there, accept them, very important, accept them, but then move past it, right? Move past it and really just back to this present moment, so that you're not robbing yourself continuously of those opportunities that you're pursuing. You're just going down that path of, oh, I want to do stuff so that I can become. And that just leaves you in that pursuit of living life. And then you're going to get to the point where you're so old and tired that you're not pursuing anything. You actually get a chance to sit down and think, and then you look back and go, man, I'm really happy right now. I'm good with where I'm at right now. Why didn't I do this 35 years ago, 40 years ago, right? So it feels uncomfortable at first. It feels very uneasy. You may feel guilty. You may feel like you're not taking advantage of stuff, of opportunities. Whatever it is, you have to fight that and give yourself enough time to realize that this is the way that you live life, that it's through experiences. And just as you can experience joy, you may experience sadness, you may experience grief, you may experience guilt, right? But it's in those moments. And as you attach yourself to positive energy and just notice the negative energy, you'll see that it's not there to linger. It's not there to destruct your life and to make you, you know, this person that is incapable and just not worthy of love and happiness and whatever, you know, we create in our mind. And just observe it, just accept it. Okay, it's there, I see it. And then reattach yourself as quickly and as appropriately as possible back to that positive energy and move back to living in your present moment. One of the things that one of my teachers shared with me, and it again opens up our eyes, is he asked me, okay, well, think about this. You know, you want to make money, you want to be successful, you want to do all these things, right? How much money or success or situation would it cost you to miss your child's first step? How much? For some of us, we might say, hey, look, my job's to work. I got to go work. That's what I do. I'll see the kid when I get home. It doesn't really matter if I see the first step. And then for others, we're sitting there going, look, you can't pay me enough. Like, family is everything. Family is my currency. You couldn't pay me $1 million today to come into work and miss my kid's first step, right? We may agree or disagree on both sides of the spectrum and fall somewhere in between. Whatever it is, we all have that tolerance level, and we have to find what works for us and just get that happy medium so that you can enjoy and live life, experience life, okay? So think about it. Think about what it is that you are in pursuit of, that you're what is it that you're doing on a daily basis to become? And then think about how that becoming, or that once I become this or that or this status or whatever it is, what it's going to do for you, and think about how you can enjoy that today. I'm not saying give up on and don't pursue your goals and your dreams, but don't allow yourself to only experience those amazing feelings of joy and success and happiness only one day after, you know, years of work, when you can be experiencing it every single day and the day that you accomplish stuff. It's more than capable, more than possible for you, for anyone, right? You just have to create that space and that opportunity for yourself. And it all happens when you slow things down. You get out, you enjoy some nature, make time for yourself, and you really just set those boundaries. Your self-confidence, all of this stuff comes through self-definition, right? You have to define how you live your life, how you want to live your life, how you want to experience life. And as soon as you put it out there and you have that acknowledgement of, hey, I want to experience an opportunity to give back. You know, I've been blessed. I've been super lucky, super appreciative of all the stuff I've had in my life. I want to give back. Doesn't mean that the only way to give back is when you make $1 million and you can feed a bunch of families. You could go volunteer today, right? You have those opportunities. You have to get creative. You have to see it and accept it, and know that all of those little things, all of that journey, not just a 2-hour movie, not that impatient thought process, but the journey, the experiences, the setbacks, the triumphs, everything in between is all part of life, okay? Somebody coming in. I'm gonna sign out. Helicopter coming in. Until next time, guys, I'm Jonathan. I'm signing out. Peace.